Hi, I'm Lamar from Blue Hair Fitness, and this is what it's like to start over at day 64. If you are over 50 and trying to lose a massive amount of weight, this is a channel for you. I hope you like the video, and if you do, please like the video. So after my long layoff because of the ankle issue, I ended up having to essentially start again at day one. And it wasn't truly day one, but it felt like it was because I hadn't walked in quite a while, and my routine had been to walk 14,000 steps, 16,000 steps, sometimes 20,000 steps in a day. And I'd been doing that for almost 2 months. And then I had to stop because I needed to let my ankle rest. And then the psychology of the old injury affected my present, and I decided to rest it longer than it needed to be rested. And so when I got back to it, it was brand new. It was just like starting over. But in my mind, it wasn't starting over. I was just picking up where I left off. So I ended up going out for a walk on a particularly hot part of the day, and it was a real struggle. And it reminded me of what it was like when I first started walking. Even though I had my water bottle, I still felt like I got dehydrated. Halfway through my 7.98 kilometer walk, I literally hit a wall. And I know that I hit the wall because I don't walk for pace, but I know what my pace is, and I know when I don't want to push it to that pace. I know what my normal pace is. And I made the decision, I don't know, consciously or subconsciously, about halfway through my walk, like I can't do my pace anymore. So my walk took a lot longer than it normally did, and I was smart about it. Like I started taking breaks. Like normally I walk straight through, but I took breaks, sipped my water, and the idea was to make it through the walk without injuring myself or making it so that, I did some permanent or even temporary damage to my health. But it was just a very interesting experience to be this far in and be able to experience what it's like for day one. And it helps me to better understand the plight of the people who are starting, tomorrow or did start today. Like, as much as I talked about what it's like to start on day one, and as I'm writing my book, as much as I was writing about how to start, I didn't start writing that stuff, and I didn't start doing even the videos in this channel until I was well into my journey. I was probably at the beginning of week 5, I think. So no matter how I feel about remembering the feelings were long past. But this allowed me to re-experience those things, and it was really enlightening. So a few things to remember. One, walk for landmarks. I say that all the time. Don't walk for steps, don't walk for distance, walk for landmarks. And that's what I did. I continued to walk for landmarks. Because I'm used to a certain pace and certain landmarks and all of that stuff, it was a struggle to not be able to do those things at the pace and timing that I was used to. So how do I relate that to day one? Well, I would say because I'm used to a certain pace and certain landmarks and all of that stuff, it was a struggle to not be able to do those things at the pace and timing that I was used to. So how do I relate that to day one? Well, I would say that on that first day, don't really worry about your pace. Don't really worry about what you think you should be able to do based on some imaginary fictional version of yourself. Instead, just enjoy the fact that you're out there and you're doing it. And I was not doing that, on this restart of my journey. Like I wasn't doing that. I was definitely comparing myself to where I think I should be and what I think I should be doing and all those other things. But on day one, you don't want to be doing that. What you want to be doing is just enjoying the moment, saying, I'm going to walk to here, to there, in this next place, and home. And just enjoy the walk. However long it takes, however you feel about it, make sure you stay hydrated, make sure you stay healthy, but just enjoy it. And I really appreciate the fact that I was able to go through this again. Because it does allow me to be more connected with the people who are doing it right now. The other thing that I learned is that you don't have to push yourself on day one. My situation is a little different, right? I already had an established path, and I had made the decision that I was going to walk that established path. But if I was really on day one and I was really trying to build my habit, I would have probably cut my walk short, maybe essentially half to 3/4. It's hard to describe my walk without props or whatever, but I essentially walk through or over 3 bridges or past 3 bridges. I would have probably done a 2-bridge walk instead of a 3-bridge walk. Thinking about if I was really on day 1 and I really wanted to build this habit and I was committing to myself to something long term, I wouldn't have pushed myself to do the entire walk that I had in my mind. Instead, I would have listened to my body and said, all right, at this 2nd bridge, or let's just call it the halfway point, I'm going to change my route and I'm going to head home instead of pushing through all the way to the end like I normally did. And again, it is extremely helpful to go through this after over 2 months of doing it, because it helps me help you understand what's really necessary when you build this habit. So definitely the first walk back was harder than I expected. What changed was my adaptation to the climate and things like that fell off a lot faster than I thought they would have. All that said, I did get the walk done. I didn't do any permanent damage. I hydrated, everything's fine. But the walk was a wake-up call to what it's like to start this on day 1. And so on day 1, I want you to understand you don't have to push yourself to some theoretical limit or some theoretical idea of what should be. Instead, just enjoy what is. Again, this is Lamar. This is Blue Haired Fitness. If you're trying to lose a massive amount of weight, over 50 pounds, and you're over 50, please like this video and subscribe to this channel.